Well, the week's going by. It's already Thursday morning, May the 7th, and welcome to Wise Words from Waldo. When you read the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you learn about the life of Jesus, his birth in Matthew and Luke. Most of those four books tell about his life and teachings. Jesus was an amazing teacher. As we've said, his preferred style? Parables. Illustrating a biblical principle by using an earthly illustration. I really like that teaching style, partly because my brain needs help understanding. I like my devotions to be like that as well. Not deep, intense Bible study, but a spiritual principle that I need to know or be reminded of. Paul Harvey told the story once about a man who lived during the Civil War. He was undecided about which side to join. He dressed himself in a blue coat and gray pants. Got shot from both directions. The Bible is pretty full of examples of people who compromised. Lot, in the book of Genesis, moved farther and farther from Abraham and closer to the pagan world. Samson, he compromised most of the areas of his life. Solomon was known as the wisest man, but he too compromised with pagan women and marriage. The one thing that they all had in common was the spiritual principle for today. They compromised gradually. In fact, that's what the word compromise means, to move away. The gambler who lost everything, he started small one day. The one who died from a drug addiction started experimenting one day. You know, compromise is one of the most effective tools the devil has. Growing up, I was in a bunch of fights. But only once did I fight someone that I figured I had no chance to beat. You see, in your spiritual life, you won't do well negotiating with the devil. An old fable told the story about a hunter. He was out looking for a bear. One walked right out in front of him. He raised his rifle and he took aim, and he heard the bear say, "Wait, isn't it better to talk than shoot? What is it that you want? Let's negotiate." The hunter said, "I want a fur coat." The bear responded, "Well, that's reasonable. I'd like a full stomach. Let's negotiate a compromise." Well, they sat down together to negotiate. After a bit, the bear walked away alone. The compromise was successful. The bear had a full stomach, and the hunter had a fur coat. The Bible tells us that there are some things that cannot be negotiable. In church, we call those doctrines or creeds. I can, and often do, compromise with my wife when it comes to where should we eat. But it's never right to compromise my integrity. Never. And that's the way it begins. Compromise almost always begins in my private life. Who I am when no one's looking. Here's a statement. Every compromise of my character decreases my value. Let me read it again. Every compromise of my character decreases my value. I wonder, will you be worth less after today? Now stop and think about that.